My name is Lisa, and I, along with many others, am an advocate for Rochelle. This is her story. Rochelle first came to our attention early in 2015. She was running loose, and fearing for her safety, we attempted many times to catch her. But Rochelle is a very clever girl, and she loved her freedom, so our efforts met with failure. Finally, in December, she came into our care. She had given birth to a litter of puppies, and unwilling to be separated from them, she allowed herself to be taken with them. The fear she must have overcome to keep watch over her babies is nothing short of amazing to me. She was terrified of humans, yet she allowed herself to give up her freedom in order to ensure the safety of her puppies. A dog this fragile needed special attention, and a shelter is no place for babies. So an experienced foster home was quickly arranged for the family. In captivity, as I'm sure she saw it, she soon developed skin issues related to stress. But with her newly won trust, treatment was started easily, and her babies thrived. Soon she began learning that humans weren't all that bad after all. Some of us actually cared, and more than a few of us fell in love with her, including 3 small human children for whom the feeling was completely mutual. Jenna and her family fostered Rochelle and her family before they went to rescue. Soon it was time for them to travel to rescue. Though larger than she usually takes in, Mary agreed to help Rochelle and her family. And we were so very thankful to know that they were going to an experienced, loving caregiver. They were transported by compassionate veteran drivers. It was a perfect transition. Unfortunately, we didn't take into consideration a pit bull phobic inspector or a state legislature that turns a blind eye to puppy millers while finding real rescues. Mary took great care to ease Rochelle into the pack ethic at her home. The poor girl was scared of her own shadow. It took time and it took patience, but she developed a friendship with some of the older, more mellow pooches and blossomed. Rochelle needed this. She wanted to be with other dogs, but she was frightened. She needed to belong. Finally, she had a place to call home, a place where she wasn't scared or hungry or cold. Mary has been fined over $2,000 for helping Rochelle, for having an aggressive dog. Fined for providing a home for a scared dog without a mean bone in her body by a person whose apparent dog experience is limited to interactions only with miserable tiny puppy mill dogs safely locked away into cages. Should the Department of Agriculture not put the welfare of animals first? Should perhaps, just perhaps, the inspector be someone who isn't afraid of dogs? Should the inspector also not be someone at least a wee bit educated in dog behavior? What exactly does Doug's experience consist of? Every photo taken of Rochelle has shown submission. She didn't bite, growl, or attack when her babies were being handled by rescuers. She's certainly not going to attack an idiot with a clipboard standing 5 feet away. And why has this man repeatedly visited Mary's rescue and found fault for the tiniest of violations, such as a bag of food on the floor, when a puppy miller in the same state, raided and shut down by the federal government, is still operating with his stamp of approval? The law states that all dogs and cats housed in the same primary enclosure must be compatible. I think we got that covered, right? There is no law against having an aggressive dog, even though of course she is not one. Nor is there a law against a dog simply recognizing and not liking an asshole when they see one. Personally, I applaud her for not liking him. Additionally, she happens to be especially scared of men, and I'm being kind by allowing him that label. No one is giving up on Rochelle. That's a promise made to her when she came to us. She will always be safe, and her trust will not be misplaced. But we could use your help to change some attitudes. And $2,000 is a lot of money that could help many other dogs. Please write to the people listed. Tell them this inspector needs to go, the fine needs to go, and things need to change.